Good evening, and welcome to the music of the night. My name is Karnis, and I'll be your storyteller this evening. And with me tonight, I have three poor, unfortunate souls. Starting with...
kcstranger, playing Petrus Feinsteiger.
Ice 9 playing Maya Barkley.
Tastymusic playing Scott Elwell.
That's tasty music for those of you that don't speak full mouth. And tonight is brought to you by whiskey, because things are going to get awkward.
And frisky.
So, before we get into what happened last time, let's talk briefly about characters and stuff that's going on with people. A lot of talk. That was a T, definitively a T. Anyways, a lot's happened in the last couple days. So give me sort of a... Sorry. I always forget that that's a thing. Give me a sort of rundown about what's going through your heads. We always start with Petra. Let's start with Scott.
Okay. Scott has been enjoying the time with people. I don't think it's sunk into him yet that this is actually a very dangerous line of work and people get hurt. He's seen it to bystanders and but there's never been since it's only been 3 days since he's been involved. I don't think it's sunk into him that actions have lasting consequences now. He thinks they're going to be able to get Luca back quickly. He thinks that all the kids are going to be able to be saved by the end of a month or something.
Okay.
What can go wrong? Sure, we're in a bad situation, but we got out of one before.
Just pure unbridled optimism.
Yep.
That's really sweet.
And
virtue of hope.
Hey, it's a power in and of itself. Maya, what's going on in your head?
So Maya has a lot of WTF moments going on in her head right now. Petra just said this thing about Gail. Now that we're thinking about Gail, didn't Gail say something about Andy maybe being alive? I'd forgotten about that, kind of, just by mere need to shove it down and not feel or think about that. But now that I'm thinking about Gail, I'm thinking about that. Petra told me something weird's going on with Addie's eyes. WTF is going on with my dog. I need to go see my dog. So there's just also, is there a thing with Scott? Is there something weird going on there? Is he a thing? So
it's definitely a thing.
So there's just a lot of WTF questions. So there's all kinds of reason why, even had that role not gone well, she would have gotten into the debauchery that happened last episode.
Okay.
Because that is how she copes.
That makes sense. Makes total sense. Speaking of which, did I give you a point of willpower back last session, Ice?
You gave most of us points back.
I thought I did. Okay, just making sure. Because I'm pretty sure, everybody got hit on at some point. Not hit on, but, all of your...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vices.
Anyways.
It was a night.
It was.
We had a thing.
What's flying through Petra's skull?
Right. So for Petra, it's after the whole thing several months ago, life sort of calmed down a bit. And even though Petra knows that she's chosen this sort of path that she's put her life on, at the same time, there's that sort of regret of it being, feeling a little bit more forced on her too. And also just being a little, I guess, angry at the reality of the whole situation, I suppose. So then last time it sort of began with her just sort of affirming her commitment to this is how things are and this is what I got to do. Talking to Maya, trying to make smart decisions. And then towards the end, she, kind of a spell happened or some innate thing happened. And yeah, sort of all that came out. And now all sorts of questions that I don't think I need to ask right now.
All right. So, given that you all sort of mentioned the evening that you all had.
How could we not?
Last time, for those of you that weren't here with us, we had a little bit of interaction before everybody met up to go to Sanctuary. Scott met a young lady at the cricket that gave Maya some weird, creepy vibes. Petra ran into Gale, Maya's brother, who is, it seems...
Bang, bang, bangity bang.
Two-timing his girlfriend, his pregnant girlfriend. As well as some weird stuff with Addie, Maya's dog. From there, the three met up, went over to the bar Sanctuary, where Nadia tends bar, and also her band was supposed to be playing that evening. You all got there late. It was probably about 2:30, 3 in the morning. Went down. Got in pretty easily, actually. I expected the door to keep you maybe even a moment longer than it did. You guys went in.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I expected it to take at least a little, like a moment for you guys to like analyze and go, oh, okay.
It was my vodka brain. It was like, yes, know this clue.
Anyways, you guys went in, went down. We're all immediately struck by the beauty and poise of this young 22, 23-year-old girl. Decided to make cases for yourselves in various ways. And ended up in a corner booth, spending a lot more personal time than the three of you have spent together before. Or at least more personal time. Sure. Okay. Anyways.
Ignore us.
So... You guys blacked out one way or another, and you all woke up in a beautiful, cool white room on a white, deep inset bed, covered, like, huge, probably, I don't know, like 3 or 4 California Kings sort of, like, nuzzled together.
Like next to each other on the bed?
Except it's all one piece of bed.
No, I mean us.
Oh, I would say probably not necessarily next to each other, but like intertangled with other people, but close to each other probably.
How many other people are we talking?
I will let you make that attempt to count, should you so desire.
What? Oh, like, give me can I turn my head?
Well, you know
the
how
entire
many...
bed, like, full?
No, the entire bed isn't full, but it's more than a dozen people.
Okay, well, I mean, that's a close to
8.
countable number.
Yeah. No, I just meant, like, you didn't really have the time at that moment to, like, look around and be like, how many people are there here? But
yeah, and in fairness, I don't care about the exact count at this moment.
It easily a dozen, probably a few more. At this point, there is a sort of whisper of curtains when you saw what you believe to be Mab step forward out of these white silks, sort of strewn around the room, and sort of step up to the bed, various chains and rings adorning her body in all of the places. I did say Queen of Air and Darkness last time. Yeah, so you see, by all intents and purposes, the Queen of Air and Darkness, Mab, Queen of the Winter Court. Sort of.
Where's Petra or Maya? Like, how close are they to us? Like, is there a person in between us? Like, how far away from each other are we on the bed?
You'll have a second to figure that out.
I mean, immediately, a couple things. First of all, am I naked? Do I have anything on? Am I carrying anything?
All of this will be addressed if you let me finish.
Yeah, he's not done
I
yet.
thought you were... Okay, I'm sorry. When you made the big pause, I thought you were done narrating.
Did we see her before? That's what I want to whisper, but I don't know how close.
What size are her boobs?
All right.
Take off your top.
So,
like
this
Karnis finish.
beautiful woman, as I believe I said, that you could tell that she was older by the way she moved and not necessarily the way she looked. Takes a few steps down into this giant pool of humanity and towards the three of you. You all see her moving towards you. You haven't necessarily identified each other yet. And it's about this point that you realize, no, well, at the very least, Petra, I would say, for sure realizes this, that this isn't Mab. She, by all intents and purposes, could be her twin sister. But the way she moves is wrong. Mab moves like a serpentine jaguar. All predator and sinewy muscle and dexterous, dangerous grace. This woman is moving, embodified, flowing sex. Like, every movement does something to enhance her aura and her presence and her body. It's like watching a dancer who's only ever danced to please themselves. And, I mean, like, again, these are all descriptions that fall far short of the real thing, but these are the only ways you can think to describe it. So, to answer UKC, yes, you are naked.
Duly noted. Should I ask my other question at this time?
Sure.
Because I don't think this was ever firmly established. What did I have on me when I was in the bar? I presume that going into a bar, I would have left a number of things there, but...
Yeah, it wasn't firmly established. You would have had most likely... well, no, obviously your clothes. You would have probably had something innocuous, like maybe you had holy water or some form of... Maybe even like a couple of those little fire elemental blood bullets, because when you just look at them, they look like there's these weird little glass lava lamp thingies, because they don't look like bullets to most people.
Well, but why would I take bullets if I can't shoot them?
Because you might be able to break it against something and release the fluid. Like,
I suppose.
Like, I don't know. That's just something I might think to do. Personally.
Okay, I'm mostly trying to establish if I've lost anything consequential in this situation.
I would say not really.
Okay.
So, Scott, if you look around for the other two, you catch glimpse of Petra about 2 people over to your right, and you see Maya, like, underneath the arm of, like, the woman that you were, like, sort of back resting against.
Nice. Well, I sit up and just kind of, prop myself up and look around.
As you sit up, the Fey woman who was sort of moving towards you guys stops, dead still, and watches you.
I watch her. And a wink if she doesn't move for a bit.
So she's about to take a step forward and you wink, and a smile spreads across her face and she moves over to you.
Hey, I'm just still just lying there, propping myself up.
She kneels down, straddling you, and leans in next to you. Well, hello, puppet. Aren't we brave?
Fortune favors the bold. And what should I call you?
She reaches up and grabs your face, and her nails begin to dig slightly into your jaw.
Mm-hmm.
And she pulls your face very close to hers. And she kisses you. Pulls away. And kisses a line up your jaw to your neck. Where she bites you hard. And there's a little bit of a crit. And you feel warm begin to start to flow down your neck. Take 1 bashing damage.
Ow. We're doing this then.
She leans up against your ear, and you can feel something wet sort of stain the side of your face. You can call me your mistress. And she shoves you back into the bed and stands.
Oh, shit.
White sheets, too. Where is the bash?
Yeah, I don't see the...
Let me look at a character sheet real quick.
I've been looking for it too. I don't know why I don't see it this time.
Your traits...
By the way, assuming that I'm taking the path of...
Oh, you have to click and add on health, Tasty. Right?
It's underneath max health. There's bashing, lethal, aggravated.
Assuming that I'm taking the path of, not moving my head or even my eyes to look around, how much of that did I take in?
You would have seen her walk past you a little bit, heard Scott speak, and then grunt, and then heard something whispered.
Am I awake?
Okay.
Yes, you're all awake.
So presumably, since my back is turned, I was very close to the action, so I was one person in between.
Yes, you probably heard what she said to Scott.
Okay. And then I heard him grunt.
Actually, you know what? Why don't both of you make me wits awareness rolls? I'm sorry, wits composure. I keep forgetting awareness is not a thing anymore.
It'd be alertness anyway. Kappa.
It would be alertness, yes. No, it'd be awareness.
Where is awareness?
No, because it's, even though you're perceiving a supernatural thing, you're perceiving it just with your normal senses, like you would anything else. We don't need to have this discussion, though. Unless you want the last word, in which case, feel free to have it.
No, I'm just gonna have to go back and double check, because maybe I've been remembering it wrong. Anyways, so yeah, the both of you hear what she says, for sure. Scott, she stands and turns and takes sort of a little jaunty skip through the field of bodies. Does a little surveying spin locks eyes with both you, Petra, and you. Well, let me. You, Petra, you specifically are trying to remain looking like you're asleep, right?
Yeah, I'm just literally not moving. If she like fixes on me, then I won't like go out of my way to continue this charade. But
Honestly, I'm probably the same.
Okay.
Scott would be sitting back up after that.
But also maybe checking out the chick next to me while I'm waiting.
You mean the one laying on top of you? Like
Uh-huh.
with her arm like over you?
Uh-huh.
Okay. She does not notice either of you, I don't think. Nope. Wrong person. Stop. Yes. Yeah, she doesn't notice either of you. Okay. So what are you checking out about this person, Maya?
Oh, I'm waking up naked with a chick hanging over me. I'm checking her out.
Oh, okay. I thought you meant you were looking to see like if you know her or.
Maybe that happens as I'm checking her out, but I'm.
No, you don't. You don't recognize her. She's very, very pretty. A little young for your taste, maybe. Like 22.
Like 18?
No,
Oh, okay.
no, 22, 23. But definitively.
23 is not too young.
Okay, just like definitively younger than you.
Okay.
I thought Maya was like 28, 29.
That's not too young. 23 is not too young.
All right, just sorry. I know
18 might feel too young.
for sure. Yeah, no, that's it. I'm not going there. Let's put it that way.
I'm just telling you how Maya feels.
That's fine. Totally fine. Yeah, no. So young, but not too young. She is a brunette with curly hair, and I won't go into any more than that.
Scott sits back up.
Okay.
Are you bleeding on me right now?
No, he's not bleeding on you. He's just sort of like a little bit of blood dripping down like one pectoral muscle and across his stomach. It hurts,
Oh, so
but it's not like the end of the world. You've hurt worse.
Sports.
What were you gonna say, Ice?
I wasn't.
Okay.
I'm like still in shock, not quite knowing what to do right now, probably.
So the woman finishes her turn, asks towards you, Scott, reaches
Wait, I have a
down.
question.
Yes.
Does she drink or does she bite?
She just bit.
Okay.
Like, you can, if you're looking, you can see probably a little bit of red, like, dripping down her chin a little bit, but she's not, like,
She's not like tearing into Scott.
Scott would know that she didn't drink his blood, necessarily. Because, like...
So he might still like it, we don't know.
Maybe. She picks up a youngish man, maybe late 20s, early 30s. Lean but fit. Throws him over her shoulder and sort of skips up to the edge of the bed and sort of dancily prances out of the room.
She didn't notice me just like sitting up and watching her again, or
didn't care. You aren't entirely sure. Unless you'd like to try to read the creature.
Can you explain how this sauntering person is now skipping?
So skip is maybe a exaggeration. She like, I don't know, just makes
glide
a little girlish skip for a second, and then sort of, it's almost like a part of a dance.
There was a bit of glee
in this skip motion, but at the same time, it's very fluid and ballet-like almost. So I didn't know another way to describe it.
That's fair. I'm just making sure I'm not seeing like an old lady and then a young person, then an old lady and then a young person.
Oh, by no means old, but the movements and sort of the look in her eyes tell you that she has been around for a while. But you do get that sort of sensation of like these bits of very youthful glee and these bits of very mature sexuality sort of blended together.
That's what I was checking. Okay.
Yeah, no, that's definitely a thing that comes across.
Do we remember anything after we were all making out in the bar? Or do we just that's that happened, like making out in the booth, and then like we all blacked out and woke up here?
So first things first, make me, if you want to try to read this entity, make me a manipulation empathy roll.
Are we all doing that if we want to?
If you want to. Scott had specifically asked if she seemed to not notice or not care that he was sitting back up.
Oh, I thought you were doing the roll for do we remember anything?
Oh, no, not yet.
Okay.
Does my specialty of emotions apply to this or not?
No, and as a matter of fact, you're -2.
Cool.
Because this is an alien creature.
Wait, she's an alien?
Because this is an alien creature.
Anyways.
She apparently doesn't come in peace.
She definitively doesn't care whether or not you sat back up or not. She found what it was she was looking for, and she was very excited about it, and then she sort of pranced off. Now, Scott, and anybody else, if you would like to make a roll to try to remember what happened last night, you may make a intelligence... This is intelligence stamina, right? Yeah. Intelligence stamina -2.
Do I get any kind of bonus for my memory?
I don't know how that interacts. I don't know how that works.
I mean, if you... Suggestion, just give me a +1.
Yeah, for sure. I'm just... I legitimately don't know how, inebriation interacts with eidetic memories.
Well, normally I just remember, so it's not, relevant. But there are special circumstances that could legitimately make me not remember, so hence the suggestion.
What was the roll again?
This is intelligence stamina. Holy shit.
-2.
I don't want to...
Okay. Petra, you remember the bar. You remember with a little bit of sort of a frown, being really, really into Nadia and making out with her and Maya, and then Scott, and then you remember Nadia saying something about how she thought you were all a little too drunk and that you guys could crash with her, and then getting in a car. You're not sure if it was a taxi or somebody's vehicle. It's a little blurry. And then you drove for not a real long time, maybe sort of fading in and out, somewhere between 5 and 20 minutes. And then you remember a apartment complex with sort of an older, maybe not traditional Gothic, but neo-Gothic architecture. Someplace you've definitely never seen before. And then there's another flash.
Hold on a second.
Yes.
How many neighborhoods are there that I could get to within 20 minutes where I wouldn't recognize a building?
Not many.
Assuming that I haven't, left this plane of existence, if you will.
A few. You haven't spent a ton of time in Barberton. You don't spend a lot of time in Hudson. You could probably get down to North Canton in 20 minutes if the driver was driving quickly, and you're not super familiar with that area.
Magador.
So there's a few, but it's... And again, it's not that you don't recognize anything, it's that you don't particularly recognize this apartment building.
Oh, do I recognize anything around it, then? Do I remember anything like that?
You don't yet, no.
Okay.
then there's another flash of a very heavy, sturdy-looking door made of some kind of dark wood with a little gold or brass inlaid knocker. And then a flash of some sort of soft, dark couch. And that's about all you remember.
Do I remember going up or downstairs?
You don't.
Okay. Just fishing. Okay, so are we, for all intents and purposes, or at least for all that we're aware of, alone in the room now?
All the people.
I mean, besides all them.
You are alone as far as you can tell of otherworldly entities.
I'm ready.
Okay. I mean, eyes start scanning the room, aiming to minimize motion still at this point.
Okay. You do a quick scan. Make me a wits dexterity roll to try to like carefully, without moving, just sort of like scan the entire room. Okay. You have to sort of shift a little bit to see behind you, but you do so very minimally. You spot behind you Scott and see a little like couple of rivulets of blood sort of rolling down his chest as he's setting up, and then over just past his shoulder you see Maya sort of cock a head up and look around, and then look down and look back up and around.
How many exits from the room do there seem to be?
You don't see any exits. There's a lot of these hanging, flowing white lace silk curtains in all directions.
I just have a little.
Yeah.
So like at a certain moment, I kind of like look over at Scott and I'm like, "Hey, do you think you know where our clothes are?"
I'll go find him. And Scott just gets up and starts like looking around.
Okay. Scott, make me a. So you're looking for your clothes, right?
Yee.
Okay.
And also like to see where like if this is like just in a room where we are,
Sure.
but looking for clothes particularly.
Sure. Make me a wits investigation.
Ha! Investigation. You done fucked up.
Oh, and also, like, I don't want to interrupt this, but at the same time that this is going on, I have actions to pursue as well.
What's a 1 on a chance die, huh?
That's a traumatic failure.
Yeah!
You
You're-
extra don't find the clothes.
You're looking around, trying to find some clothes, and sorry,
I'm
my
whistling
apologies.
obnoxiously.
And while you're doing this, you scan over a woman about your age, and then sort of look back, and your eyes widen a little bit. And laying on the other side of the bed is your friend Sam.
Oh.
Is Sam a chick or a dude?
She's a chick.
Chick. I go over to her and like see if she's okay.
Okay. You rush over to her. Petra, what were you looking to do in the meantime?
Literally, so I'm really not certain what a reasonable course of action is at this point. So I'm just going to sort of sink back into like my meditation.
Okay.
First of all, I mean, with a couple potential outcomes. First of all, if anyone wants to give me help, then great. But second of all, just like processing the previous night and just working through all that personally. And then also though, maybe just sort of reach out and listen, if you will. Any of these things, my mind could wander any kind of direction. I imagine I'm sort of flitting back and forth between approaches to the situation.
So
Okay.
in the meantime, I kind of see Scott go somewhere else and just kind of get up and sort of start to like physically wander around the room that we're in.
Okay, so let me get Petra to roll something real quick.
Either way.
And I'll move to you. Petra, you can roll me either Resolve Composure plus Benediction, Intelligence, Composure -2, or Wits Composure. Wits Composure.
All right, I'll do the first one.
All right. So that was Resolve, Composure, Benediction.
Seems actually very reasonable in this situation. And I think I know the one that you're going for. And yeah, that probably is priority 1 anyway.
Maya, so you're getting up and sort of trouncing up out of the bed and onto the floor?
Yes.
Okay. As you put a foot down on what you had presumed was white marble, there's a burning cold sensation that sears across your foot, and you pull your foot back really quick. And then
I'm like on the edge of the bed now?
Yeah. And you place it back and realize it's not burning cold, it's just very cold. And take a step up, and it's a little slick.
Ice.
It's not ice. It's something else, but it's very cold and a little wet almost.
So ice-like, but not ice.
Ice-like, but you're pretty sure it's not ice. It doesn't. It's not as cold as ice should be.
So like enchanty ice.
Maybe. Would you like to investigate it?
I kind of have two thoughts. Do I still have my okay, are we still in the same scene as when I had my connection to Scott? Or is that gone now?
That is gone.
Okay.
You would have to roll to reestablish.
All right.
Which you can do.
Because it's a new day?
Also, it's a new scene.
Okay. Then no, I'll try to figure out what's going on outside the bed.
Okay. What is there anything in particular you're looking for, or you're just looking around?
So my main goal is to try to get further out to look around. So I'm trying to like figure out, is there a way like what is this? Is there a way across it?
Sure. So you push out into these light these light silken curtains, and push through a couple, and there's more in front of you, so you slide through those, and there's a little pathway, so you walk along it for a while till it reaches a curtain and you push through it. And very quickly you're beginning to realize that this is a maze almost of these flowing silken sheet curtains. I need you to make me a wits investigation. It's going to take you a little while, but you are going to make your way through. Scott, you get over...
Wait.
Yes.
I don't think I go through.
Well, you can choose not to, like, leave, but it takes you a little while to sort of, like, get your navigation up. And
okay, because my end goal is to come back, not to, like, try to get to the end.
Sure.
Okay.
But it takes you a while to sort of even orient yourself because it's a giant circular maze. It's a hedge maze. It's a curtainous hedge maze.
On a bed?
No, around a bed.
Oh.
Scott, you rush over to Sam. Make me wits medicine.
I did intelligence medicine before.
Oh, intelligence medicine?
Okay. My wits is the same as my intelligence, so it wouldn't make a difference in that.
Sure. Okay.
And I spent willpower on it.
Gotcha. She's breathing. Her pulse is strong. She's warm to the touch. She seems fine. She's sleeping, passed out, something you're not entirely sure.
Can I see Petra or Maya from where I am?
Yeah, you probably, as you look up, see Maya slipping out into the curtains, and Petra's sitting cross-legged on the other side of the bed, seemingly meditating.
Probably still be stretched out, actually, if I can do that.
Oh, okay. Then she's laying down.
Just do the mental discipline of it without obviously doing that.
Gotcha. Petra doesn't seem to have moved then.
I go over to Petra and I shake her awake. Oi.
Alrighty then.
So, okay.
Should have sat up.
So Petra, you are focusing and just sort of reaching back in your mind and sort of absent-mindedly running lines through your head. And there's sort of a touch on your shoulder. And you look mentally over your shoulder to see Gabrielle sort of standing there and sort of frowning down at you a little bit. And she mouths something that you can't quite hear. And then you're shaken. And Scott says, "Oi!"
You awake?
As you open your eyes, subtract a willpower. Or spend a willpower, I mean. Not like don't subtract from your total.
Wait, what?
Don't subtract from your total, you just spend a willpower.
Yeah, okay, I thought that's what you meant.
Yeah, just...
I mean, I wouldn't be, like, moving down my max willpower.
Okay, making sure that that didn't come across accidentally wrong.
In fact, I think the sheet is locked for doing that.
So, you open your eyes and you see footprints glowing across the bed and then across this white marble and sort of flowing off in the distance. Glowing gently, this sort of gold white.
Okay. So as Scott shakes me awake, I sit up, and just look at him. I'm as good as any of us are.
Well, can we get out of here then? Maya seems to have gone off.
I nod, and I just start walking, and I gesture for him to follow me, and I follow the footprints.
Okay.
I pick up Sam and arms.
Okay. You don't try to wake her up?
Well, I'm, as she's, well, actually, no, I don't.
Okay. Fine. Yeah. So, Petra, you start falling off after these footprints. After a couple of minutes, there's sort of a...
Oh, yeah, I am looking around for Maya while this is going on, because I presume I don't notice her there anymore.
Yeah, makes sense. There's a flash of a pale leg in front of you, and then Maya sort of comes turning around, having navigated her way through this to come back to get you guys. And you run into each other. Not like literally, but...
Did I find anything or just like an end of curtains?
You've discovered your way through it. Not like... You got to where you figured out how it works. So you were
Like
coming
to
back...
a door, or what did I find where I...
You didn't
figured.
take it all the way out, but you finally found a pattern. So you were coming back to get them, to lead them out to where you were pretty sure there would be an exit.
Okay. Guys, I think I might have figured like a bit of a way out. I'm not sure what's at the end, but I think I've got these like curtains figured out.
Well, I think I have an idea as well. Tell me if you think I'm doing something stupid, but if it's all right, I'm going to try to lead us out.
Okay. Naked.
Naked indeed. And you take about 3-4 minutes to pass through several rows of these curtains, and as you get to the end, Petra, you push the final curtain open, and the footsteps lead out into a open room with a beautiful arch made of this white, cold material, with little branches sort of curving around in it. Very ivy-like, but no leaves on the ivy. And there's a submerged pool, maybe about 20, 30 feet in diameter, with a little bit of steam sort of rising off of it. And then across on the other side of the room from the pool is what looks to be a archway door leading down a hallway. The footprints lead around the pool and over out the hallway.
Just continue to walk.
All right.
Scott's just following.
As you guys are walking around this pool, beginning to shiver with the cold and your nakedness, Maya, Scott, make me resolve composure rolls.
Your boy's gonna risk willpower on this one. That's an exceptional success. Huzzah.
Okay.
That'd be 5. But...
No, 3 when you risk willpower.
No, you have to choose that benefit.
What?
It's a choice.
Oh.
Wait,
Instead of getting extra dice, you can choose
Oh.
turn 3 new an exceptional success.
Yes, that is true.
Cool. Well, still.
Party pooper.
Yeah. But that's so good.
Karnis found my magic card earlier today.
It's monstrous.
It's a nightmare.
So,
Even I think it's terrible.
So, well, it's an unset. They do these things.
But poor judges at the unset pre-release. Anyways.
Anyways, the two of you look sort of longingly for a moment at this warm, steaming pool, and then pull your eyes away and continue after Petra.
Oh, we were gonna jump in, maybe.
You
Okay.
guys follow...
Is Sam still asleep?
She does seem to still be asleep, yes. Yes. You travel around the pool through the hallway. It's a corridor that runs for about 50 or so feet before branching off in 3 directions at a T. To the left, straight, and to the right. Sorry, go ahead.
You explained it.
Okay. Petra, the footprints head to the left. You take the left, go after it. And after a short walk, it opens up into a garden. There are numerous shrubs and flowers and plants of varying kinds. And in the center is a fountain. Just a clear pool with a pedestal stand, and on top of the pedestal is sort of a dancing figure carved out of some incredibly beautiful stone that makes the dancer look very, very real. And then you look closer and you realize that the dancer is real. It's a young man spread out, one leg out, one arm up, just posed and frozen in place. No ice covering his body, just muscles locked. And that's all that's in this room.
Okay.
Wait, it's a room?
Yeah, it's a little garden.
Oh, I had presumed
Indoors?
that meant that it was out.
Yeah, I mean, based on all the plants, the natural assumption is that it's outside, but I guess
And the
it's-
pool.
there's either when...
It's open air, but there are walls.
Gotcha.
So can we see the outside?
You can see like the sky.
But is it like all trees around us, or
There are trees, there are shrubs, plants. It's rather nice, to be honest.
but like so thick you can't see what's beyond them,
no,
or can we see?
No, you can see these smooth white walls.
I mean, at this point, my plan is follow these footprints unless there's an obvious different thing I should be doing, or they run out.
Sure.
Is the dude
footprints
like?
ran out.
Okay, then I look around for what appears to be the best way out of here.
So, does this dude seem trapped?
Let me rephrase that, Petra. The footprints lead right up to the fountain.
Okay. In that case, I'm going to go closer.
Okay. It's also slightly warmer here. You head up to the fountain, awkwardly avoiding staring at the young man.
I mean,
Who is right about there at hip height, standing on this pedestal.
How young when you say young man?
Mid-20s.
Okay.
Does he give off the impression that he's trapped there, like more than the obvious?
I mean, he doesn't give off any impression. He seems lifeless.
so, I mean, if I approach, unless something particularly strikes me about him, I mean, I don't quite know what to do, but I guess I like reach out my hand and touch him.
You touch him. He's warm to the touch. And do you think to check for a pulse?
I suppose.
Okay. You can't quite reach his neck, but you can reach into his inner thigh and check for a femoral artery pulse, and it's strong.
Would you say throbbingly strong?
Here we are, folks.
Yes, he is at attention.
Wait, he's reacting, or he would just...
No,
Oh, he already was. He already
time.
was.
Yeah,
Dear God.
was the
All
intention.
right.
I just
Oh,
didn't bring it up.
so is that why when you made the mention of Petra being at that height, it
Yeah.
was like you made the face? Got it.
Okay, all right.
That's why I said it was
Now-
awkward.
Now I'm getting the picture.
Next time will be more explicit.
Petra, what are you doing?
Petra, come on, man.
I look back and I say, look, I don't quite know what I'm doing here, but just give me a moment. I want to think in my mind for any appropriate benediction, either for somebody lost or trapped or something like that.
I go, guys, let me try something.
Okay.
And I try to read his mind. No? Karnis hadn't considered this.
Okay. No, I just... Okay. Do you just do it?
Let me think.
I mean, you said
Well, 'cause-
you try to read his mind, but like
My main thing is Go ahead. What were you gonna say?
I just mean, like, do you say that to them, or were you actually saying I do that?
No, like I kind of like I presume myself pet thing. I don't say that's what I'm gonna do. But I say let me try something.
Okay, and then you try to read his mind.
Yeah.
All right. What is that roll again?
I have to pull up my paper too.
Oh boy, folks, this is gonna get interesting real fast. Where is it?
I have it, but I just have to pull it up.
Mind reading. Here we go. Intelligence plus empathy.
Wait. Hold on. And I reach out and touch him while I try to. Because that gives me a +1.
Where do you see that?
It's in the book. I read it. I copied it.
Oh, under modifiers.
Yes.
Okay. But you also get a -1, so...
But then take off the 2 at the end.
Or
I can
just
do it
make her
again.
reroll. Get a dramatic
I can
success.
re-roll if you want me to.
Yeah, reroll with the
A 6?
Yeah, 6. Okay.
All right.
Okay. Maya.
I mean, at this point, they know that I can do this, so they probably know what, like, Petra and Scott probably know what I'm doing.
I haven't seen you do it before.
Maya,
Yeah,
make me...
I was in your head.
Make me...
I mean, yeah.
Make me
Okay.
a resolve composure roll, -2.
Shit.
All right. There, you reach in to his mind, and a maddening scream fills your head as you just realize that this young man is screaming in agony. And then you start to feel this burning pain throughout your legs and your stomach and your arms. You take 4 points of bashing damage.
I have to find that again.
It is
Just nosebleeds.
under skills,
Got it.
specialties,
Got it.
flaws, then traits. And
I presume I fall on the ground a little.
I'm sure you do, but let me also check to see what else you get. You fall to the ground. You feel a little something wet sort of slide over your lip and rub at it, and there's a little bit of blood on your hand. Nothing crazy or serious. But you stare down at the blood, and it's so beautiful and fascinating. you just sort of stare at it for a little while, smelling that coppery, heady scent. It's like a rich wine, almost. I need you to mark on your character sheet that you have the derangement fixation.
On blood?
Of blood.
By the way, what's Maya's
Does
health?
Scott still have blood on his chest?
He does. What's Maya's what?
Health.
Probably 7, maybe 6.
7.
7.
Lucky you. 1 more damage and you're taking minuses.
I've healed my
It is
bashing.
only bashing damage, luckily, but
Yeah, you still take minuses if you have 5 bashing. If you have like health
Yeah,
minus
just if it's
2
filled.
bashing damage.
My bite has healed, by the way.
But it's still on your chest.
yeah, there is still blood on your chest. So Petra, you hear Maya say that she wants to try something, and then she sort of falls to the ground a little bit, like to her knees. You turn around, and she's staring at this little smear of blood on her fingers.
Okay. I'm gonna look down at her, look up at Scott, and say, Scott, I need a minute. Can you take care of Maya?
I'll do my best. And it kind of set Sam on the ground. I lay her on her side. Then I go over and see if Maya's okay.
She's okay as far as you can tell.
You all right there?
Am I coherent?
Yeah, you're more interested in what you're looking at than what somebody else is doing. But
So I'm still looking at my hand and I'm not. Got.
I mean, that depends. Do you look up when he says something? If you were super absorbed in what you were doing, would you look up when he said something?
No, I feel like I'd be still fixated on like what I'm already looking at. Like if I'm fixated on. Wait, where's the blood on my hand?
Yeah.
I feel like I'm still looking at that, and I'm like,
Ignoring him. Yeah, that makes perfect
and
sense.
I'm having like a my precious moment, right?
Sure.
And so like something like that, like do you see it? It's so pretty. I kind of like whisper that to Scott. It's so pretty.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I'm gonna do my best to tune that out and do what I was gonna do before.
Yes. So you're trying to focus on a benediction to help someone who is lost?
Or trapped or something like that. I imagine I may have to improvise because frozen naked in mid-dance probably isn't a normal benediction.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Which benedictions do you have?
Oh, which actual benedictions?
Yes.
I mean, so I was just thinking of like a rite or something, but the ones that I have are... Oh, did you not understand that?
No, I thought you were asking about an actual benediction, but go ahead.
No,
Which
no,
ones do you
I mean, I
have?
used that word, but I mean, I'm just trying to recall, like, basically a blessing, if you will.
Okay. So there is an actual benediction for this, more or less.
I mean, if you want me to actually use one of my benedictions, I have just been looking at it, and I can improvise, actually.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I'm I want to look for. Well, actually, he's on some kind of pedestal? Can I reach it?
Yeah, no, the pedestal that he's standing on is about waist height for you.
Okay. I mean, this is that big question that we always ask, but do I get any sort of malicious sense from it, or is it just a pedestal?
Make me a wits occult roll. It doesn't seem to be anything outside of a standard stone pedestal. It's built
Okay.
into the fountain.
All right. In that case, I would like to use Sanctification of the Blessed Virgin on it,
On the pedestal?
on the pedestal, because it is touching him.
Interesting. Okay. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, make the roll. Oh, is that 4 dice your roll?
No.
Oh, okay.
Actually, come to think of it, I should really ask this. After everything that happened, is my morality still 7?
I think so.
Okay, just checking.
I don't think there's any reason why it shouldn't be.
Okay.
All right.
Oh, and this does cost willpower. Extended roll each turn is 1 turn of prayer. So, allow me to mark that down.
All right. Oh, so what rating did you want to put into this pedestal? I guess is the question that we didn't answer.
Right, I'm sorry, I'm trying to find the rules for this, actually.
So you have to decide beforehand how many dots of blessing you want to put into it. And it's 3 successes per dot.
Gotcha. Okay, I see what's going on here. Trying to remember. I'm trying to get a sense of like the importance, if you will, of each dot.
So I would say that for what you're attempting to do, you would think that the blessing in and of itself should do something, if it's going to do something.
Okay.
So, Petra takes a turn to pray, you start.
I mean, I mean, what is that? I mean, is that just 1 dot? Is that what you're feeding me?
Yes, that is what I'm feeding you.
Okay. All right. Cool.
So yeah, you sort of kneel down on the edge of the fountain, reach out and put a hand against this pedestal that the young man is standing on, and begin to slowly repeat prayer to yourself, ritualizing, imagining the circle of candles you might create or the incense you might burn, things that you don't have necessarily on you. Which I probably should have given you as minuses, but you know what?
Well, I'll have to make another roll, so you still have got a chance. Because I only got 1 success.
actually, yeah, you should have. You should have several minuses. Oh well.
Or I can reroll.
No,
Up
it's
to you.
fine. It's fine. So Scott.
What's up?
Maya is sort of staring down at her hand in a really weird way. Petra, has sort of knelt down and begun to sort of murmur something to herself. Seems like everyone around you is kind of losing their minds a little bit. To you, at any rate. At this point, Maya, as Scott, are you like leaning over and trying to like?
He's kneeling by her.
Okay. Maya, you smell
Or crouched.
something else, very delectable, and look over and watch this drop of blood slowly dripping down Scott's abdomen.
It wouldn't have dried at this point.
I feel like it would have dried.
It's probably not dry yet, no.
Okay.
You guys have only been walking for a couple of minutes, and the wound just healed.
True. Yeah, she did take a chunk out of me, that's true.
So there's now this like nice little rivulet that's run down his shoulder and chest. No, it's just like 2 fingers, but it's distinctively something. You reach out and touch.
I touched the blood.
Okay.
I just like
It's warm and sticky.
I say pretty, like in the least creepiest way possible, but it's still kind of creepy because like I'm touching the blood on his chest and saying pretty. So
No, it's creepy.
yeah,
There's no getting around it.
I don't want to be a freak, but I am right now.
Oh, well,
so.
Scott thinks you're touching him. He's like, well, I thought we had enough fun last night. They just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
So I feel like at that I kind of like it's wet, right?
Yeah, a little bit.
So I kind of get some on my fingers. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh,
Hello?
no. I can still
No, we're still
hear you.
we're all still here, we're all still in Discord. Just roll 20, just shit the bed a little bit.
Yeah, I noticed that. I'm gonna reload and see what happens.
If not, we can just share it like on here.
I see Tasty coming back. I see KC coming back.
I see the 2 of them.
I refreshed again, by the way.
So did I.
I did too.
WTF, mate.
It's refreshing mine again.
Okay, so we just have no background for a while.
Yeah, roll 20. Why?
Can someone let's get with Tractor to like make a better roll 20.
All right.
I can scrum it.
See any of you yet? But
Should I hit refresh
There we go.
again?
No, it's coming back. Don't refresh.
yeah, it is
Okay.
coming back slowly.
Okay. Great. In the middle of my blood moment.
Okay.
I can't see Casey, but that's fine.
I can't see anyone.
I can see
see
everyone but
everyone,
Casey.
nice.
I lied. I can see everyone.
I'm just gonna leave it so that I can't see you right now, Casey.
Okay, so you reach out, you touch the blood, and then what? It's wet, and you like pull your hand back.
I smell it.
It smells delicious, irony and earthy.
You're gonna make me do this, aren't you?
No, not making you do anything. I'm just saying it's what it smells like. Like a nice, rich, juicy steak.
Shit, I kind of eat it a little. Like, I just stick the blood fingers in my mouth.
It's the best thing you've ever tasted.
I didn't peg you for that type. There was one girl that I was with in college for a little bit. She was into that.
Can I have any amount of sense to me right now?
You have sense to you. You're just
Okay.
You are Maya in all of the ways, except you're obsessed with blood.
I look at Scott and I go, Scott, back up. Scott, back up.
Oh.
She stands up and backs away.
Okay.
Are there any fig leaves here?
There aren't necessarily fig leaves. There are some trees and bushes with leaves.
I don't want you. Wait, do you say this out loud, Scott?
Yeah, he's like, are there any fig leaves here?
Scott, I don't want your junk. It's that blood.
No, I know. Well, I don't actually. I just think it's more funny, you know. If the Bible was like this, where it's like one dude, 3 women in a garden, how bad could it have been, you know?
Technically 2 dudes.
Anyhow, back up, Scott.
Anyways.
Scott backs up, then leans in close, then backs up.
I kind of like... Grr.
As he leans in close, make me a resolve composure roll -2.
Scott, you had to. I can't get to my character sheet right now. Okay, here we go.
He's nervous, but he doesn't know how to deal with the situation. He can literally do nothing at the moment.
At this point, Petra, make your second roll.
Do I take minuses?
You take a -3. Damn.
Wow.
Okay, so it's got a dot.
So, yeah. He leans in Maya, and you smell that blood again, and then you just, like, push your hand out and just, like, shove him onto his ass.
Ow.
In the most loving way that I possibly can in the moment.
Petra.
Probably deserve that.
You feel this sort of draining sensation as something sort of flows from your chest down your arm and into this stone. And this previously white marbly type stone flares brilliant white for a second. And then tiny golden scrawl in a language that you can't read sort of flows down the pedestal and into the fountain, and the water turns into this mirror almost. And there's a moment where you're watching this young man, and then there's a scream of agony, and his knee, because he's on one leg, buckles, and he falls forward towards the marble of the fountain. Make me a dexterity athletics check. You catch him just before he smashes his face into the edge of this fountain. And he just sort of is laying there panting as he's sort of laying on the ground, gasping for breath. His eyes wild.
I sort of try to ease him down and give him a moment before I say anything.
Okay. He's just sort of like, almost, he's not looking at anything. His head's just sort of lolling back and forth a little bit. His eyes shifting around what he can see in front of him, and his muscles are quivering like when you try to hold something heavy for a long time, but much more violently.
Oh, I just imagine he's on like the verge of like very violent cramps all over.
That's what I was thinking.
Oh, he's not on the edge.
He's cramping everywhere.
He's like way beyond that.
Where you can like see it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Knots everywhere.
All right. I want to sort of like get his attention. If I need to, I'll even sort of put a hand lightly on each side of his head. And I want to. Does he start at that or anything? Do his eyes lock onto me at all?
Not really. No.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and point him towards me anyways and talk to him. Okay. I'm going to say, "My name is Petra. Do you know who you are? Do you know what your name is?"
He doesn't respond. His teeth are kind of like locked together in this sort of lockjaw grimace.
Okay. I look around me. Is there any way out of here that I can see? Like this garden that we're in?
So there's the way you came in. And make me a wits occult -2. I'll allow intelligence occult.
Eesh. All right.
You're looking around and you look back at this sort of mirrored surface of the fountain again, and you, at this point, the young man sort of reaches up tentatively and grabs at your wrist a little bit. His arm is shaking violently. And you look back down, and he seems to be trying to say something to you. His grasp is very weak. It's not strong. But it's sort of like he managed to reach up and grab you, but now he can't move his hand away. It's sort of locked onto you for the moment. And you hear...
I just want to sort of lean down next to him. If there's any kind of like very sort of light, I don't know what would be right in the circumstance exactly, but very light like massage that I can do, then maybe that, but otherwise just try to make him sort of comfortable against me. I just want to try to make him as comfortable as I possibly can and give him time to get the word out.
Right. So intelligence medicine?
I'm looking around, seeing if there's, because the dude screamed loudly, see if anything's coming towards us, if there's any movement around us.
You look around, you don't see anything in the garden with you. You take a look and look out down the path that you guys came, the hallway. And you don't see anything that way. If you'd like to make me a wits composure, you can listen to see if you hear anything coming down that way.
Yeah, let's do that.
Petra, you would love to prop his head up and cover him in a blanket, something like that. You don't have anything like that. What you do know is you can apply pressure and massage to large muscle groups to help them loosen a little bit. So you start doing that. It's gonna take a little while before it has any huge effect, given that you assume he's probably been stuck in that single position for a while, at any rate.
Trying to help him get his word out, whatever the word is.
Doing that, then you start massaging the muscles at the back of his neck and along his jawline.
Okay.
Maya?
Yes?
What are you doing while this is going on? Scott, you hear a sort of soft clicking stride down what you think is the path, not directly across from you, but either the path that you came from or the one that was ahead of you before you took the left. You can't quite tell because it's echoing.
Hide. We need to hide now.
It doesn't seem very close, though.
Well, still, is there anywhere quick that we can drag everybody to that's at least covered?
I mean, the garden...
Where's the shrubbery?
The garden isn't super heavily... Like the plants aren't super heavy and dense, but you could, at the very least, pull everybody on the other side of the fountain and use the fountain for some cover.
Okay, how heavy is this dude who I'm holding right now?
You could probably pull him yourself if you had to.
In that case...
Sorry, go ahead.
In that case, I'll nod and try to move him.
Okay. Make me strength athletics. The idea being how quickly can you do it, not necessarily can you do it.
There you go.
I'm carrying Sam as well.
Right. Make me strength athletics then for Sam. Yeah, you pick him up and lift most of his body off the ground, drag his heels a little bit, and get him around behind the fountain and sort of kneel down, putting the central pedestal sort of between yourself and... yeah, Scott, you scoop Sam up and jog over to the other side of the fountain, lay her down, sort of kneel beside Petra, and I'm assuming Maya slides around behind you guys.
What's her breathing
Behind.
like?
What?
What's her breathing like now? Is it like still like she's in deep sleep? Like
Yeah, it's soft. It's not soft. It's deep, slow,
okay,
restful.
cool.
Okay.
You thought too on.
Sorry. Yeah. So you guys are hiding on the other side of this fountain. Petra, I'm assuming you're sort of continuing to try to help the young man sort of relax a little bit and ease the lockjaw effect.
Yeah. Might ask if either of the others know anything that might help while I'm doing that.
Okay.
I feel like Maya just like is upset that bad things have happened to a person. So even though she doesn't necessarily know like what to do, she like tries to like hold his
Do I know any
hand
sport-
or
Do I know any sports massages that could help?
So yeah, both of you can roll wits medicine.
Ow. One medicine, 2 wits. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah, so between the three of you sharing sort of like what limited knowledge you guys have, you start to Scott, you think to yourself, probably a big thing is getting heat back into the muscles, because it's not exactly warm in here. It's warmer than it was where you were before, but still kind of cool. And again, no clothes, so no way to retain body heat. And you also look around and you notice a couple of herbs that you know are in Bengay and Tiger Balm and stuff like that.
Herbs and spices.
So you
herbs.
can, if you want, try to go grab some of those and start sort of like tearing them a little bit. Maybe grab a little water and start crushing them against your palm to sort of poultice.
Nope, he's staying back behind the fountain.
Okay.
Too nervous to go out.
Okay, so you just help with some of the massage. And the three of you sort of...
He holds the guy close. Like, spoons him a little bit.
Okay.
Body heat.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. And...
Maya thinks that's a good idea.
A couple of minutes later...
Minutes.
Yes. The click of stiletto heels gets louder. And a woman walks out into the garden. She has long, flowing red hair, wearing a green and gold and yellow... Well, no, gold is yellow.
They're different.
This green and gold dress that sort of starts at the hem as this sort of like dark green and sort of flows up to this real pale sea foamy green with scrolling edges of gold filigree and these intricate symbols. She sort of strides out, takes a brief look around. Now would be the time for you guys to roll me stealth composure.
Is this still the same scene as when we were in the Is this still the same scene as when we were in the thingy thing?
Sure.
Fuck. Yeah, I'm gonna spend another willpower.
And I wasn't describing the woman, I was describing her dress. I was saying a pale from a deep green to a pale green.
Maya's either awesome or a fuck up, and that's what I'm learning about Maya.
Okay. 3, 4. Alright, so she looks over your group. Maya, there's a moment where she sort of locks eyes with you, you think? And then there's a wink, and she turns and sort of saunters off.
Because she winked.
Okay, so let's get the fuck out of here then.
Let's do that.
Hey, kid. Hey. Yo, you alright there? I'm tapping the side of the guy's face.
He sort of looks at you for a second. Yeah, everything's great.
Okay, good. How do we get out of here?
Fuck if I know.
Fook.
Great. Okay.
Can you walk?
9.
So he's German. Got it.
Dope. Okay, well, Petra, how'd you lead us out here before? Or Maya, how'd you lead us out here before?
It was Petra.
Petra, make me another Witzico roll. Okay. Maya, Scott.
I'm ready.
Make me Witzico rolls.
Minus what?
-1.
Motherfucker.
I got that. No, I got this.
Maya, you look down at this young man, and then you look up to where the woman walked out. And as you look up, you catch out of the corner of your eye what looks to be a face in this sort of mirror-like reflection of this water in this fountain.
Like her face?
No, just you don't know. You look back and it's not there. You just see your own face. But for a second, you swore that you saw lighter hair and green eyes.
Can I go look again?
Yeah, you look down and for a moment, you're looking into your own reflection, and then you're looking out at a room, maybe a bathroom. You see white tile, a toilet, looks to be like a shower curtain with a periodic table of elements on it.
That's funny. So, I've never seen this before.
Then you hear sort of a... as somebody sort of walks upstairs, maybe?
Okay.
And then you're looking back at your own face again.
So this is nothing I recognize. Like I haven't seen this location before.
You don't think so?
All right, guys. I just looked in the water, and I swear I saw, and then I described what I saw in Karnis's words, so that you all understand it the same as I do. Is this something? I don't know. Do either of you remember anything from last night? Have we been there?
Okay, so
Well, the first time I don't remember what happened in the night.
So we're in a tough spot right now, so I'm going to try something, and if it doesn't seem to go badly for me, then do as I do. And I want to stand up and step into the fountain.
You stand up. You look down at the mirror-like surface. Take sort of a deep breath. And take a step in. And as you do, you, out of the corner of your eye, swear you see your own face looking at you. One of your eyes go green and then wink. And then you step in and sort of fall onto a white tile surface. You guys watch Petra step a foot into the water and disappear.
I trust Petra enough. She said the right words before I left. I follow.
How quickly?
I kind of look at Scott and I'm like, okay, Petra, I understand. I'm good. I kind of look at Scott and I'm like, what do we need to do to get them with us?
Scott takes Sam, kind of puts her over one arm, gets the other guy. We'll call you Neil.
As you say that and lift him, he groans a little bit and says, Jan.
Yeah, you're making me yawn too. Let's go.
You, you step in. Petra, you have the presence of mind to stand up and scurry away from the mirror. As Scott, your foot catches in a sink, and you go tumbling to the ground with a mess of people.
No, I want to. I'm not dropping my childhood friend, and I'll drop random dude.
Can I try to brace people?
Yeah, you can sort of catch and brace people as you guys all sort of end up on a soft pile in the floor.
Hot. Right where we started the
night. And then I presume a couple of moments later, Maya takes a step in. Maya, as you're stepping into the water, you look up and see the red-haired woman that had come out and surveyed the scene.
And looked at me.
She's watching you from the side of a tree, just sort of leaning against it. And she has a little dart in one hand and flicks it in your direction. There's a sting on the side of your neck, and then you come tumbling through, landing sort of gingerly on top of the pile of humans.
Is this a thing that people can see, or is it only something that I experienced?
Well, would you like to get up and look in the mirror? I mean, everybody's kind of distracted right now, unless you want to ask somebody to look.
No, mirror. I'm not gonna...
You immediately reach up, and there's nothing. You can't feel anything. So you get up, and you look in the mirror, and you don't see a mark or anything.
Okay, guys. I kind of like call everyone to attention, and I go, just so you know, I know I'm a little fucked up right now, but I swear Ginger Lady just shot me in the neck as I was heading down the fountain.
Down the
cool,
fountain.
Yeah, let's get clothes on and figure out where the fuck we are first.
Yeah, as I extricate myself from the pile of bodies, I say, clearly we have a lot to talk about, but for now, let's figure out where we are. And then I glance around, and do I see like a towel or something?
You do see a towel. And
I'll nab that.
As you reach for the towel, the door opens, and you hear, "Oh, Petra, what are you doing in my bathroom? And why are you naked?"
Is that?
And that's where we'll call it.
Is it Boris?
As you all look up to see Boris in a fluffy white robe headed towards the shower.
And I go, Boris!
Hey, don't know you.
That was fantastic. Goodbye, stream.
Goodbye, stream.